Hey, what's up, fam? What is going on? Hey, do I got an echo in my mic? Because it feels like I have an echo. No echo? All right, cool. But yes, shalom to the family out there. Welcome to another edition of Behind the Veil. Got a good show tonight, in my opinion. Like I said before, earlier, I think on another show, whatnot, I said I was going to bring the power of Yah back into 2022. And I think with this lesson today, there should be no debate on who is running the show. So, without further ado, y'all know I gotta hit the theme song. Wake up, Jacob. Wake up, Jacob. Wake up, Jacob. Hey, wake up, nigga. We behind the veil with Bezale'el. Yeah, we behind the veil with Bezale'el. Reporting news from my father, this the warning mail. To repent and come back to him before he send that ass to hell. We behind the veil with Bezale'el. Yeah, we behind the veil with Bezale'el. Reporting news from my father, this the warning mail. To repent and come back to him before he send that ass to hell. Yeah, just look at the destruction. This wouldn't have to happen if we followed his instruction. Hard head and stiff neck, that's how you scrap your people. Blending with the nation, starting to become like the sheep. Both the end times are here, we no longer need to hide. Cause the Elohim of Yasharel about to save his bride. Pestilence, plagues, and every manner of creation. He about to send these heathen on a permanent vacation. Wake up, Jacob. Wake up, Jacob. Wake up, Jacob. Hey, wake up, nigga. We behind the veil with Bezale'el. Yeah, we behind the veil with Bezale'el. Reporting news from my father, this the warning mail. To repent and come back to him before he send that ass to hell. We behind the veil with Bezale'el. Yeah, we behind the veil with Bezale'el. Reporting news from my father, this the warning mail. To repent and come back to him before he send that ass to hell.
Rebirth. Sometimes we focus on them curses, but the promises put fire in your soul. Fire. Yeah. Fire in my soul. So much fire. Fire. Yeah. Fire in my soul. Shut up in my bones. Fire. Fire in my soul. The promises to Zion, they put fire in my soul. What's this? Got y'all all turned up. Tell me what's going on. So many Israelites searching who they are and preparing to go home. Wait a minute, I thought this was home, but you speak of another place. We in the land of our enemies in captivity, but the gathering is taking place. Fire. Yeah. Fire in my soul. So much fire. Fire. Yeah. Fire in my soul. Shut up in my bones. Fire. Fire in my soul. The promises to Zion, they put fire in my soul. Ever since I woke up and finding what belongs to me, I want my crown and my robe like the saints of old, my legacy and history. Wait a minute, I thought you was the children of slaves, but you're telling me you're kings and queens. We the chosen of Yah, the apple of his eye, the original royalty. Fire. Yeah. Fire in my soul. So much fire. Fire. Yeah. Fire in my soul. Shut up in my bones. Fire. Fire in my soul. The promises to Zion, they put fire in my soul.
Rebirth, fire in my soul, all flames in the members. Ruach, contained in our members. Like Jeremiah, cause it shut up in our bones. Can't sleep so deep like it came in syringes. Why? Cause our king is tremendous. Most high, serial contenders. Hallelujah, Abaya, Yahusha, Yahuda, Yahuda. Get them hands up in the sky.
Yeah, 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 yeah. 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 Fire, fire, fire. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fire in my soul. So much fire. Fire, fire, fire. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fire in my soul. Shut up in my bones. Fire, fire, fire. Fire in my soul. The promises to Zion, they put fire in my soul. Fire, fire, fire. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fire in my soul. So much fire. Fire, fire, fire. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fire in my soul. Shut up in my bones. Fire, fire, fire. Fire in my soul. The promises to Zion, they put fire in my soul.
Yeah. Get the fire in my bones, yo. Yeah. Get the fire in my bones, yo. Yo. Get the fire in my bones, yo. Yo.
Yes. Who got the fire in the soul, baby? Woo! Ah. Fire song. That comes from Morris Williams Jr. and Joshua Cullins, called Fire in My Soul. Yes, sir. Most High gives that fire in the soul, baby. I'm going to tell you, man. It's the only way. It's the only way to get through this damn captivity, man. God damn. You just got to stay in that word, man. Just got to stay seeking Yah, man. He's going to put that fire in the soul to keep you going. The promises, they waiting. They almost here, fam. Most High working. Most High working. He's doing his will on the planet. With that being said, shalom, shalom, shalom to the family in the chat, into the 12 tribes scattered across the face of the earth, to the four corners, and to the strangers who cleave from the other nations. Salute, salute, salute to all y'all today. Welcome to yet another edition of Behind the Veil. My name is Bezale'el ben Yahuda, your humble host. This is episode 18. 18. Yes, sir. Gregorian calendar says it is March the 2nd. Hey, we almost reaching the real new year, family. The real new year is on the way. Yes, sir. Before I begin, though, I want to give a roll call to the chat. Who's all in here? Start from the top. Shalom to Brother Monster Moshe, my brother. Akbin, shalom. Shalom to Sister August Dreams. Sister Oracle 007. Shalom to Brother K. Judah. Shalom to Sister Eve. Shalom to Sister Na Maria. Who else we got? That's it. Shalom to y'all. Thank you. Thank you for coming in for yet another show today. All praises to Yah and the Son Yahushua Mashiach. We got a good lesson today. Most High wanted me to do this. And it's basically talking about his sovereignty on the planet. Who runs this world, family? Who runs this world? A lot of people would tell you, oh, the devil running the world. Because, they say, he gave this world over to Hashatan. But, yes, while that is true, He allowed Hashatan to have dominion over this world, of course. But Hashatan will be what we call a middle manager. He's a middle manager. He still got to report to somebody higher up. And that person is the CEO. That is Yahushua Mashiach. His father owns the company, of course. But he is running it right now for the time being. So no, the devil does not run the show. It is all Yahushua Mashiach. Everything that happens, from the smallest creature on the earth to all the heavens that are above the firmament, he is in control. He does as he will. He does what he pleases. Since the foundation of the earth began, Yahushua Mashiach has been doing the work of his father, but he has been doing his own thing as well. He answers to no one. Him and his father are in one accord. So whatever he does, it's the will of his father as well. They do what they please. They answer to no one. They counsel. They don't have no other counsel. They don't talk to no angels. They do whatever they want to do upon the earth is what they're going to do on the earth. They don't answer to nobody. A lot of humans like to think they got this thing called free will. No. Now, you have your own will to when it comes to things of choice. Yes. But when it comes to salvation, you have no will in that. Man's sinful nature cannot seek Yah. It's in the scriptures. Man's flesh is enmity towards the Most High. You can't seek him on your own. And a lot of humans like to, they like to think of Yah as some big old Santa Claus in the sky. They make a wish, they pray, and then he does, he does what they want. Oh, no. Oh, that's not how that works. That's not how this works. Now, if the Most High wants to bless you, he will do that. But it will be on his accord, not because you prayed for it. The Most High already knows what you want before you even utter a single syllable out of your mouth. He already knows in your heart what you desire. And if if it does for his purpose to give you that something, then he will do it. But it will not be because you did it. Bottom level employee, yes, sir, Augustine. Like I said, middle management. Middle management. They gotta put them there. They put the middle managers there, the CEOs, to keep the peasants from coming up to them with their issues and problems. I guess you could call angels middle management as well, since Yah uses them to send messages. He did that in the Old Testament a lot. He sent the angels down to talk to the prophets. Of course. But a lot of people like to say the devil, with all the evil that happens and everything like that, they say, oh, the devil is running the show. No, he got to answer to Yah. Hell, even before he had to mess with Job, he had to go talk to Yah and say, hey, what about my servant? Yah was like, what about my servant Job? He's like, I can't touch him, man. You got this hedge of protection around him. So if Yah is with you, who can be against you, fam? A lot of people are running around with no hedge of protection on them, and you can see them, especially in our community, fam, with the other Israelites that are getting gunned down out there in the streets, man. They're getting murdered by the heathen left and right. They are walking around without that hedge of protection. So Satan is doing his work on them. You got to have this hedge of protection. You got to have it. But see, the thing is, with Yah, he controls. The thing is, he knows who's going to believe. He knows from the foundation of the earth. He knows who's going to believe in this word, and he knows who is not going to believe. That's the crazy part. See, we don't know this information. This information isn't privy to us humans with our limited capacity for understanding. We We can't fathom. We don't know this information, which is why for people like myself and other people who preach the gospel, we don't know who's going to wake up or not. So our duty is to preach the gospel. That's what the apostles was doing. They didn't know who was going to be awakened by the word. The thing is, if we knew that type of information, we wouldn't preach the gospel. And that's why Yah he didn't make this information privy to us. We would get lazy. We wouldn't preach the gospel to everybody who can hear. We would only preach it to the people who we know will wake up. And the Most High does not want that. He wants us to preach it. Whether they wake up or not, he wants us to preach this word out to our people. He does not want us to be lazy, and that's as humans, we have that capacity to be lazy, spiritually lazy and physically lazy. I'm not gonna lie though. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I do wake up and I'll be like, why am I doing this? I do. You know, that's just a human thing. It's like, why am I doing this? Why am I talking to these unrepentant people who don't have an ear? But the Most High, he shows you. You plant a seed, and it's up to him, if it's up to him, to water it. See, you could plant a seed in someone by giving them this word, and the Most High can choose to water it or not. It's up to him. It's his choice if he's going to water that seed or not. Through the Ruach HaKodesh. I mean, didn't Yahushua say, he says, no man can come to me except the Father draw him? See, we can't come to Yah, we can't see Christ by ourselves. We can't, because our nature is sin. We have a sinful nature. All it wants to do, we are under power of sin. We are controlled by it. We are completely corrupted by it. Since Adam fell, this whole sin thing has become attached to us, to this flesh. And the other opposite of that is grace. And who gives out the grace? The Father. Through the Son gives out the grace to people who he wants to wake up. He chooses who he wants, just like he chose Israel. He chose Israel as his people. All the families on the earth at that time. He chose Abraham. He's the only righteous one out of all the people on the earth. He chose him. So before the world began, Yah ran a sim. This is just my opinion. This is not truth. Don't beat me up. I'm just saying, Yah he ran a sim, just like a computer thing. He ran a sim of the whole world to see what would happen. He knew Adam. He knew Adam was gonna fall. He knew he was gonna sin. He knew when he picked us, we was gonna sin. We was gonna go off into idolatry and all this other nonsense. He saw all of this, and he still said, I'm still going to do it. That's love, man. To know that you pick out a person knowing that they're going to do all this evil to you, knowing that they're going to go to the wayside, knowing that they are going to do everything opposite of what you tell them to do. And yet you still say, I want them. How can we not love a God that's like that? We are special people. The only people who can't see it is us. The Most High told you how special you are all throughout the scriptures. The only people who can't see it is us. We see these other white people as special. We see these other nations who are ruling over us right now as special, as above us. But we don't see ourselves as being the reason why these other nations are above us. It was the fall of our ancestors, of the disobedience that they had throughout all the Old Testament, the unbelief, the idolatry, the evilness that they did that put us in this condition. And if you just read the book, you'll be able to see it. But we can't see how special we are. The enemy has trained us to see ourselves as not special, unremarkable, evil, bad, That is what they equate dark or the word black with. But white is all pure. It's righteousness. Their own definitions, of course. But the opposite of that, us, we are not special. We grow up to think that all we're going to be able to do is slang dope, rap, play sports, and that's our only way out of the hood. That's it. That is what we have been trained to think, that we can't be CEOs. We can't own businesses. We can't have money. We can't have all this stuff. The only way that we can have it is if you got to join the white people. We can't have it outside of them. That is what they have trained us. Since a young age, they have trained us in this. They have trained us in this, man. From a young age, they have trained us to accept the bare minimum. And it's sad because the Most High says we are special. We are set apart people, a royal priesthood unto himself. We are his inheritance. No other nation. No other nation. Zero. No other nation is above us. None. We are above all nations. That's what the Most High wanted us. That's how he sees us. Even though we don't see that for ourselves, he sees us as that. It's simple, man. It's simple. It is so simple throughout all the scriptures. The Most High told us about how he chose us. Hell, Deuteronomy 7:78 said here, the Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you because ye were more in number than any people. So we weren't numerous like the mother Canaanites at the time. Because at this time, the Canaanites was ruling the earth. With Egypt and all these other people, they were ruling the earth. They were all powerful at this time. They had massive armies and everything. All the armies that we went up against, they were mightier than us. But the Most High says he did not choose you because ye were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people. Verse 8, but because the Lord loved you, and because he will keep the oath which he has sworn to your fathers, hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. So it wasn't because we was number. We had numerous people, or we were strong or mighty. We were none of those things. We were the lowliest of the people on the earth at that time. And the Most High chose us through Abraham. He chose us. That's how special we are, family. That's how special we are. The Most High could have chose Ishmael out of Abraham to be the seed, the promised seed. Hell, Abraham had other sons too. But he chose Sarah's seed. Isaac. He chose that one. And that's why these other nations hate us, because he chose us. We can't do nothing about it. We had no say in the matter. We didn't tell, hey, Yah, pick us. There was no contest on the earth to see who Yah's seed would be. He simply chose us. He chose Isaac. He chose Jacob. He could have chose Esau. He did not. He chose Jacob. This is why these nations hate us, because we were chosen out of all the families on the earth. Out of the African, the European, the Asian, the Hindu, the Arabian, the Native American, Hispanic, Pacific Islander. Out of all these types of people on earth, he chose the Negro. That is why they hate us and they mad. They mad. This is why they treat us with such contempt. because the Most High chose us. It is what it is all I can say to that. It is what it is, other people, other nations out there who kicking against the pricks. It is what it is. You got to accept the decision that you ain't the chosen one. You can try to be it all you want by calling yourselves Jewish. You can try to cleave your house, cleave your way, and try to erase our history and say you the people, but it is false. You can bark like a dog. You can walk on all fours like a dog. You can say you are a dog, but you are not a dog. The Most High knows who his people are. We fit the Deuteronomy 28 curses. We fit it. No other group on the planet. I am tired of all these other nations trying to getting mad and calling us racist and prejudiced and all this other nonsense because we coming out saying we the people. How the hell am I a supremacist by loving my people and saying we the people of the book? How the fuck am I being supremacist? If you're calling me a supremacist, if you're calling me a racist, then that means you're calling the Most High a racist. But we all know y'all ain't gonna say that to his face. We know y'all ain't gonna sit down and call Yah a racist, because you know damn well he will strike you down like a roach, stomp on your ass. He would get rid of you quickly. Better ask Nebuchadnezzar. Better ask Herod. What happened to him? People saying, oh, he must be a god and everything like that. Boy, the Most High smoked that nigga while he was up on the throne. How's that for power? How's that for sovereignty? All these other nations, all these rich men, these elite, your Elon Musk and your Jeff Bezos and your Bill Gates and your Rothschilds and your Rockefellers and your Putins and your Chang P, whatever, Chow P, whatever this name is, whatever. All these presidents, all these dictators, whatever, of these countries, boasting that they done what they did because of their own might, because of their own deeds, their works is why they are the richest. Hold on. No. I'm going to have to disagree with you, heathen. It is the Most High who put you in your spot. There was nothing that you did that was worthy. Most High allowed you to be where you are. He put you there. Why did he do that? Because he wanted to. It pleased him to do it. Why? Well, let's see what he did with Pharaoh. Let's see what he said about Pharaoh. Deuteronomy. This is not Deuteronomy. Where is it? Where is that? Where is that scripture? Exodus. Sorry. Chapter 9, verse 16 says here. And this is Moses talking to the Pharaoh. What Yah told him to tell him. He says, in very deed for this cause have I raised thee up, for to shew in thee my power. Whose power? My power. Yah's power. And that my name may be declared throughout all the earth. So elite of the earth, the kings of the earth right now, the pharaohs of the earth right now, the Most High have raised thee up because he is going to show his power in you when he crushes you like he crushed Egypt. Hello? You are up very high because the Most High is going to smash you like a bug. And his name will be declared throughout all the earth. He said, No longer will I be called the God who got his people out of Egypt. I'll be known as the God who gathered his people from the four corners of the earth back to their land. That is what his new name will be. That is what he will be known for after he does this and puts us back in our land. That will be what he is known for. Look what is happening right now. Putin, under the command of the Most High, went into Ukraine. Most High is putting his power through China as well, as they're going to get ready to ramp up to go take Taiwan. Taiwan has just this morning, their time, have gone massive power outages. And the funny thing is, just a day ago, the president of China was condemning them because Biden's defense force was coming out to Taiwan today. What a coincidence that the power across multiple places on the island failed. Wow. Warning shot. China will be in this. India will be in this. Iran will be in this. You can bet your bottom dollar. The Most High's will be done, no matter what the media says, no matter what sleepy Joe Biden says, no matter what any of these other politicians say about condemning what Putin has done. Yah's will be done. No matter what Hashatan puts in the mouth of his puppets, Yah's will be done. I don't care what the media says. I am not standing with Ukraine. I am rejoicing in its downfall. I am rejoicing that the heathen are fighting each other. I am rejoicing that your kingdom is falling, white man. I will not stand with you. I stand in opposition of you. I do not like your kind. Now, is there a remnant out there that the Most High will save to give us as servants in the kingdom? Of course. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the majority, 90% of that race. I am talking about you, white man, white woman. I rejoice in your downfall. I rejoice in your carrying around the world. I rejoice in your getting upset and stamping your little feet on social media, talking about you are oppressed. I rejoice in the falling of your kingdom. Caucasian? Oh, yes. Asians? I rejoice in your downfall. I rejoice when China comes and takes on Taiwan and takes out the military of the USA there too, which will force the United States to act. The United States right now, they don't have really nothing in Ukraine, but they got something in Taiwan. They have a vested interest in Taiwan. The Most High will drag you into this USA, daughter of Babylon. You are going to war. You will be dashed to pieces. You have no choice in the matter. This is the will and sovereignty of Yah. It has been in the scriptures. It will not go back void. His word is his bond. You will go into war. You can condemn, you can sanction all you want to. That is not going to stop this train. It has left the station, and it is not going to stop until it has reached its destination, which is the fall of Babylon. and the righteous people going back to our land in Zion with the Most High at the helm. That is the final destination of this train. You cannot stop it with your sanctions, white people. You are not going to stop what the Most High has already put into motion. You have no power here. You have no power. And that is what I am trying to get across to you other arrogant humans on the planet. You have no power. You are where you are because the Most High has put you there. I'm in Missouri because the Most High has put me in Missouri. Would I have come to Missouri on my own? Fuck no. If you would have told me 5 years ago that I would be living in Missouri, in the heart of cracker land, I would laugh at you and call you insane. But yet, here I am in the middle of cracker country, preaching this word. I had no say in this. Most High moved me. I am nothing but a piece on the chessboard. That is how I see myself. I have no power outside of Yah. I am a microphone. The Most High uses my voice to communicate his things. My words that are coming out of my mouth right now are not mine. As much as my flesh would love to take credit for this, the Most High has taught me that is not the case. The Most High puts words in our mouths. He puts thoughts in our minds. He puts us into motion to do the things that he wills on this earth. And a lot of humans on this planet are too arrogant to think this. I see multiple people on YouTube all around the world, arrogant, vain, thinking that they have gotten to where they are based on their own works and deeds. They think because they got an education that they are where they are because of their own thing. I studied, I did this, I did this. No. I'm taking your power away from you, and I'm putting it back to where it belongs, to the Most High Yah. He runs the show, people. We are nothing but actors in a movie. Whose movie is this? Yah and the Father. This is their movie. This is the TV set down here on planet Earth. This is their set. They are the producer. They are the director. They are the writers. We all have a part to play. The question is, are you a good guy or are you a bad guy? Are you going to attain salvation from Yah and be in the kingdom? Or are you going to have eternal damnation as the villain and be thrown in the lake of fire? That is a question you must ask yourself. Which one are you? Which one are you? And the thing is, nobody knows. That is the thing. See, the Most High knows. He already knows who's going to join, who's going to have salvation. He knows this. We don't have that. We're not privy to that information. We don't have that info readily available, which is why we have to do the work. We have to do this every day. Day in and day out. We have to do this. Because our salvation isn't set in stone. A lot of people, Christians especially, once saved, always saved. That is their motto. That is the justification for their sinning, their continual sinning. Already got baptized already, so I'm good. I'm going to the kingdom with the Father. I'm going with Jesus. I got saved once. I don't got to get saved again. I'm good. I am good. Wrong. Wrong. This is a continual work. James says faith without works is dead. D-E-A-D. Dead. You can believe in Yahushua HaMashiach all you want with your lips, but if your heart is far from him, you are dead. Faith brings obedience. That is the order of things. If you have faith in Yahushua HaMashiach, then you should be obedient and walk the way he did. But we have a lot of people out there who have been bamboozled by Christianity into thinking that all you have to do is show up at church and tithe every Sunday and you good. It doesn't matter what you do. He hates the sin, but he loves you. That is the doctrine of Christianity. And that is the same doctrine that is going to lead multitudes upon multitudes of people to the brimstone. That is right, Christians. If you are hearing this word right now, you are heading to the brimstone with that thought, with that doctrine in your heart. Do you not understand this? How can you not understand this? It is very simple. Yah says, if you love me, keep my commandments. They're not done away with. Churches around the world. Oh, the law done away with. You ain't got to do that. We ain't got to do that. We ain't got to do that. It's bullshit. I call bullshit. Too many people on this earth being swayed by false doctrines left and right in these last days. All kind of abominable false doctrines are being thrown out at rapid pace. Angels having sex with humans. This once saved, always saved doctrine. Preterist doctrine. Everything done in 70 AD. Y'all ain't coming back. What kind of bullshit is that? America is the promised land. All this shit. Etc., etc., etc. Giants, Nephilim, all this. Abominable. Itching ears galore everywhere. Just tell me what I want to hear, Pastor. I want to hear about brimstone. Just tell me all the good stuff, Pastor. I don't want to hear about hell. I don't want to hear about the lake of fire. I don't want to hear about that. To the point where pastors are saying the lake of fire is not even real. They're saying it's a metaphor. It's allegorical. That just means you don't have Yah's love. That is what the pastors are teaching their flock right now. That the lake of fire just means you are without Yah's love. There is no real fire that you're going into and going to be burning for eternity. No, that just means you're outside of the kingdom and you won't be able to go in. What? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And people are just amen and amen, Pastor. Oh, yes, Pastor. Pastor don't give a fuck about you. All he cares about is separating your money from your wallet. That is all Pastor cares about. Pastor's job is to keep you stupid so you can continue giving him money. And if you don't give him money, or if you start wisening up to his game, he will guilt trip you. You're taking away God's money. That's God's money. You shouldn't be like that with God's money. How else can you sow a seed? How else can you sow that seed and make it prosper if you won't give me money? And people fall for it. Yah laughs and shakes his head. He's watching all this in real time. It's only been a couple days up there. What? Earth's about what, 6,000 years old? Yah's been up there for about what, 6 days? Almost the 7th day when he's supposed to come back. He's been watching this. It hasn't even been a week. This has been the longest sitcom ever that Yah has been watching with his father. And I know they laughing. I know they sit up there and they shake their heads and I know they laughing. Look at this nigga Biden right here. Look at this. I'm going to make him do this. Look at it. Look at this. I'm going to make him say something stupid. I'm going to make him say something stupid. That's Yah. That's what he does. That's what happens up there, I'm sure. Just an opinion. I don't know what goes on up there. I'm just saying. But Yah has a sense of humor. I mean, just look at the things that happen on this planet. He has a sense of humor. Romans 9:21 says this. Hath not the potter power over the clay? Who's the clay here, fam? Who's the clay? Aren't we the clay? Who's the potter? Must be the Most High. Nope, not the devil. As the church would love you to believe. Oh, no. That's the Most High. Of the same lump of clay, to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor. What does that mean, fam? That means he can save one. One can be righteous, and another one can be unrighteous. Damnation. And he does it as he wills, as he pleases. Which is why when you're going out and trying to preach this word and nobody listening, wipe the dust off your feet and keep it moving. Most High probably got it so that where that person is going to the brimstone. It is what it is. I know a lot of people cannot take this message. Ever since I've been preaching this message, especially on social media, they do not like it. I have seen this. People do not like it when you take their power away from them, even people in the truth. How can you say you love this Bible if you do not go by what the Bible says? The Bible says Yah's will be done, not our will. We got to make the distinction on that. We don't have any power. I had to humble myself down when Yah put that in my mind about predestination and all that type of stuff. And I started going into it. And he put books in front of me to read, to gain knowledge, scriptures in front of me to gain knowledge of his true power. I had to humble myself, fam. I ain't gonna lie. Before this truth, I was an arrogant motherfucker. Narcissistic times a million. My shit didn't stink in my mind. I was all powerful. I was my own God. I was like these Kemet's out there, thinking they God and everything. I was like them. I wasn't in their shit, their doctrine or whatever, but that's how I thought of myself. I thought I was a God until the Most High chin checked me. I had to humble myself, man. You know how hard it is for a person who had a huge ego? Do you know how hard that is for a person who's been thinking they're the shit their whole life? To have to sit there and realize that they wasn't nothing at all? It was hard. This has not been an easy journey for me. It's been uphill for a good part of it. I am not some superhero that I thought I was. I'm not. I am a piece on the chessboard. And the Most High moves me whenever he sees fit. I had to get that in my head. Most people won't ever get that far. Most people will never get to this point where I am. Even in the truth, I see people still arrogant, still thinking because they know a bunch of scriptures and they can memorize this and this and that they think they're better than you. I've seen it. I've argued with those people. I've put them in their place. We don't have the power we think we have. Any gifts that you have, any talents, the money you have, the car you have, the house you have, the job you have, the people that surround you. Yah made it happen. Not me, not my works, not anything of my own power, effort. Yah did that for me. Yah has put me in a place, in an apartment with a roof over my head, food in the refrigerator, money to pay the bills, entertainment, video games, whatever, a car to drive me to and fro from wherever I need to go. Yah has provided that for me. Not me. Yah has provided that. It was the hardest thing for me to understand. But once I did, and I accepted the fact that I am a vessel of Yah, everything became simpler. It made sense. Arrogance can cloud your mind, cloud your judgment, make you do things that you shouldn't do, make you think things that are not true, and puffs you up. Knowledge puffs people up. Even in this truth, when I get this knowledge, I have to still keep myself humble because I know Yah gave it to me. It wasn't me who obtained this knowledge. Yah gave it to me. I have to continually humble myself every time Yah sends new info into my brain. I have to humble myself and thank him. Thank you, Yah, for the knowledge, wisdom, and the understanding. Thank you for giving me or putting this person or a book or whatever it happens to be that I read and gain more knowledge. I thank him for putting that book in my path. He did that, not me. I am but a mere vessel. That's it. That's what I am. And I am content with that. Most people don't want to think that, oh, I'm big and bad. I'm a big, bad billionaire, millionaire. No, you're still a vessel. You didn't get that money by your own works. Yah gave you that money. Whether it's for righteous acts or unrighteous acts, that's his choice to make. The elite right now are so puffed. White people, other nations are puffed up. Super puffed. The cup is almost runneth over. Which makes, when he comes back, so much more rejoiceful. To see the arrogance wiped from their face. When they see we the true people, the same people that they have been ridiculing and enslaving and making fun of for centuries. To see the look of humility on their face when they have to bow down and kiss at our feet. Woo! I can't imagine the feeling. I can't. But I can tell you this. It's going to be a joy to see. Y'all willing that I get to see it? If I get to see it, it will be a joy to see. The arrogance has gone on too far for the other nations. This is why Yah has put them in this position. Just like Pharaoh got arrogant. Where's Pharaoh? Where's Egypt? What happened to Egypt? Oh, Egypt gone. Wiped from existence. They haven't been the same since. Nebuchadnezzar got arrogant too, didn't he? Where's his little Babylon? Got taken away by the Medes and Persians, didn't it? Turned him into a damn creature, didn't he? Got turned into a creature, didn't he? I bet you that humbled his ass. And it did. It did humble his ass. Till he finally admitted it was Yah's will that made him king. Yah made him bend the knee. Just like all these other nations are going to bend the knee. Which is why they are throwing temper tantrums right now. Why white people are going insane right now. Because they know they're going to have to bend the knee to the same people they hate. Yikes. To have to obey the orders of the same people that they gave orders to for millennia. To know that they have to come up every year on the Feast of Tabernacles to worship our Elohim, the Black Messiah. They got to come up every year or the Yah will smite their nation. No rain for you. Can you imagine that, family? Can you imagine all these people having to be at your beck and call for anything? Whether you want your toenails clipped, sweeping the floor, picking up trash, whatever it be, they have to do it willingly and with a smile on their face. Just as we did. Can we, as a family, can we imagine that? It's hard to imagine. I know. The trauma bond is strong. But Yah's will be done. That is the hope that Yah has given his people, is that he is coming back. He is coming back with a vengeance. He says, hey, I came as a man. First time around. Second time, glory. All might. No chains on him. He's coming back Super Saiyan. He's finna Kamehameha this entire earth and only gonna leave a remnant. Whew. Wow. To the fact that men are going to be as rare as Ophir in the land. Can you imagine that? So many men are going to die that when seeing a man is going to be rare. There's a show that came out on FX called The Last Man, and it's about a disease that happened around the world that killed off all men except for a couple. To the point where they had to hide, the women who found him had to hide him, had to hide them from the other women or whatnot, because that's how rare it was, because they would have fought over them. A foreshadowing of things to come. I would suggest, I would recommend people watch that show. It's called The Last Man. I believe it's called The Last Man. It was on FX. I think the first season ended. I don't know if they're going to have a second one or not. Let me see if it's called The Last Man or not. I think it is. Yes. It's called The Last Man. It's called Why the Last Man. It was a drama based on DC Comics. It was based on a comic book. And you know them comic books love to show truth. Yes, sir, Monster Moshe, Spirit Bomb. Yes, sir. But that's how crazy it's going to get on this planet, man. Yah's sovereignty will be known. He will let you know, I got the power. You don't have anything. No power. Sorry. Sorry, human. It's crazy that people don't know this, that people still believe in this free will. That we get to choose Yah. No, Yah chooses us. We don't choose Yah. We can't. When I was in my olden days and I was doing whatever I was doing out there in the streets, did I seek Christ? No, I can't. Flesh is enmity. It wants to do fleshly things, not righteous things. Yah had to stir the Ruach HaKodesh in me. And that didn't happen until almost 2 years ago, where he stirred it up in me. And I finally started learning who I really am. Getting down to the crux of this whole conspiracy of Psalms 83. He had to do that. I couldn't do that on my own. I didn't want to read the Bible in my unrepentant state, in my sinful nature. I didn't want to read the Bible. I hated everything. When my brother wanted to talk about Yahushua, I was like, nah, I want to hear this bullshit. That was how I was. That's why when I finally figured this thing out, and I finally figured that Yah chose me from the foundation of the world since the world began, I humbled myself and I praise him every day, because he could have left me in my unrepentant state and I could have been on a one-way street to the brimstone. Just like many people walking around today are literally created to be destroyed. Can you imagine that? Most people cannot imagine that. that they were only created on this earth to be destroyed. Hell, Romans 9:22 kind of says it. What if God, willing to shew his wrath, and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction? That's the majority of the people walking around today who is in all this wickedness, especially for the elite, the top 1% of the world today. Yah has endured with much long suffering, these vessels of wrath, these elite, these arrogant people on the earth. He has endured with long suffering because he wants to show his wrath. He allowed them to get puffed up. He allowed white people to rule this long and these other nations to rule this long because he wants to show his power. How else? You can't show your power on a weak country. If y'all destroyed Egypt when it was a babe, a small country, it wouldn't have gotten them nearly as much fame as when he destroyed it when it was at its full power. Look at Babylon today with Rome. Full power. Pope think he can do whatever the fuck he wants. He think he's the most powerful man on the earth. Look at the United States. Look at the UK. Look at Australia. All these Western countries. Puffed up. Thinking they can do whatever they want to their own people. And can get away with it. Their cup is almost runneth over. Just like the Amorites' cup wasn't running over when Yah told Abram in Genesis 15. When he told us he was going to be his children will be a stranger in the land of Egypt, 400 years being afflicted. It was 400 years. Why? Why did Yah endure for 400 years? Because the cup of the Amorites was not yet full. That is why we endured for 400 years over there, which is why he is enduring this captivity that's been happening since 70 AD. Because the cup of Babylon has not yet full. But it's drawing there. We can see the birth pangs. It's drawing. Most High is putting things into motion right now that could indicate that that cup is nearly full. It's about to run over. And that is what people need to understand. Everybody complains, and it's truth about, oh, when he gonna come? When he gonna do this? No patience. I will admit, I was like that in the beginning. That was more because I was in my anger phase. When I started finding out who I am and why we in this captivity and everything like that. And I'm like, damn, man, we've been here for so long. What? How long do we have to wait? I can admit I was impatient. Yes, I was. But the Most High has shown me through this walk why I have to be patient. The Most High is a patient man. Everything passes very, very slowly for us down here. But the Most High has been seeing all this stuff in real time. It's only been days up there in the heavens. He's watching this all in real time. In real time. We feel the full effects of time here on this earth. We feel it. 70 years feels like 70 years. But to the Most High, 70 years is what? 15 minutes, maybe? 15 to 20 minutes or so. That is why he tells us to be patient, because of our inability to comprehend the time that he goes through. His time is very different from our time. which is why he tries to teach us patience and long suffering. Those are fruits of the Spirit, ain't it? We got to be patient. We have to endure. That's why he told us to endure to the end. He knows that we feel this entirety of time. He knows this. He knows. But to still be patient, because he gives you the understanding of how time works with him. Once I figured out how time works with him, I'm like, all right, I can deal with it. It's only a couple minutes up there for Yah. Minutes, hours time. I can be patient. If he can be patient, if the Most High can be a patient man, I can too. And let me tell you, once you get this thing, once you just figure out that salvation is of Yah and is not of anything that you do, it's outside of anything that you do, you go to sleep easier at night. Now, of course, you still follow and you be righteous and things of that nature, but that is not what gives that is not what gives you salvation. That faith alone gives you the salvation. And once you have that faith, the obedience naturally comes after. You rest easier knowing that it's in Yah's hands. There's nothing I can do. I can't go out and defeat white supremacy on my own. I can kick against the pricks all day I want to and talk about white supremacy and you know how bad it is, blah, blah, blah. It needs to be defeated, blah, blah, blah. I can talk about that till I'm blue in the face, but it doesn't matter. It's in Yah's hands. Life becomes so much simpler when you just put all your burdens on Yah and you just sit back and watch your Father work. Remember that ship I told y'all about that was on fire? Guess where it's at now? It's gone. It sank this week. It sank a couple days ago, I believe. It's gone. All those luxury cars, all those things just sank to the bottom of the ocean. They tried to tug it back to land. Most High said, oh, no, you ain't salvaging this. Sunk it. Sunk it. And that is a sign to put away all the bullshit, man. All this materialistic stuff that our people are encapsulated by. We follow after the material. We follow after the shiny, the flashy. We follow after all this nonsense. That told me to put it away. No profit. It profits you nothing. It grants you nothing. Can't get into the kingdom because you got Gucci on. It doesn't matter if you got Prada or you own every pair of Jordans. Don't matter to the Most High. What matters to the Most High is keeping them commandments and having faith in the Son. That is all that matters. That is salvation. Your salvation does not come from how many zeros you have in your bank account. Does not come from wearing the newest suits. Does not come from having a high-powered job or being the owner of a business or owning a jet or being able to travel to all over the world on a private jet or whatever. That does not matter to the Most High. The Most High just showed you when sinking that ship how much that stuff means to him. He sunk this big ass ship. This ship is huge. Just sunk it. Titanic, that shit. Most High don't care about your luxury goods, people of Israel. You want to have good clothes on? You want to be in style? That's fine. We're stylish people. We trendy. He get it. But when you make your life about the bag, selling your soul for the bag, that's when it becomes an issue. He will not condemn you for being rich. Being rich is not a sin. But when you love your money more than him, that is when it becomes a problem. You want to make money? Fine. The Most High will give you whatever he pleases to give you. But the thing is, you need to be happy with what you have. That is what I'm getting at right here. You have to be happy with whatever the Most High provided you. You cannot be jealous because the Most High gave this person more than you. Remember, the Most High does whatever he pleases. If you want to make this person rich and he makes you poor, then that is what he does. And that is just something you will have to live with. Maybe there's a reason to his madness of why he did the things he did. We can't comprehend those reasons because he doesn't counsel with us. He doesn't tell me why he's doing this, why he's doing that, why he's making me move here, why he's making me say this, why is he making me do this, why is he making me whatever. You just have to trust in him. It's what Job did. All that stuff that Yah allowed Hashatan to do to Job. And Job never lost his faith. All that stuff happened. He rent his clothes and bowed down. Praise Yah. Thank you. That is all we can do, fam. We can't. If Yah's purpose is for us to be poor or just to have just enough, then that is what you're going to have to be happy with. As long as you are living right, you got what you need, then that should be enough. We got to stop lusting after because we see these stupid ass celebrities. Fuck them. Yah has given them their just desserts. Trust me, they already got it coming. They just can't see it. Why do you want to be like them? You know what you got to do to be like Lil Wayne, Birdman, Young Jeezy. You know what you're going to have to do to be like them, to be in that world. You know this. Being an Israelite, knowing this truth, you know what you have to do to get into that world. You got to bend the knee to Hashatan. And you know that is not an option if you are in this truth. If you want to be in the kingdom, you know that is not an option. Let me read these scriptures August Dreams put in the chat here, because they good. Revelations 14:10. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. There you go. Preachers, pastors, you say no fire. That just ruined your doctrine. All praises. August, thank you for putting that in the chat. John 6:63. It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. All praises. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. Boom. Flesh profited nothing, fam. Nothing. Philippians 4:19. But my God shall supply all your need according to his riches and glory by Christ Jesus. Yes. Sums it up everything that I just said. Ain't the scripture so good? Everything that you got to have, anything that you need to consult, it's in the Bible. There's a scripture for everything. There is nothing new under the sun. Ecclesiastes told you that. Nothing new under the sun. Yah gives you what he wants to give you. And you have to be happy with that. I'm not no millionaire. Yah gave me a taste. He gave me a taste of it when I was doing my Bitcoin stuff. He gave me a taste, but this, as soon as he gave me the taste, he take it away. Took it all away. I've got nothing from that. All that money gone. Why? Because Yah did not want that from me. He gave me a taste to show me that stuff profited nothing. Money doesn't solve nothing, and it didn't. I bought everything that I ever wanted to buy in my entire life when I was doing that Bitcoin stuff, and it did nothing. I felt nothing. I'm like, okay, I bought everything I want. Now what? And that is the lesson that the Most High wanted to show me. Having all that money mean nothing. Chasing after that money does nothing. Chasing after Yah, on the other hand, supplies you with everything you could ever need, could ever want. A happiness that cannot be destroyed. A bliss that is never ending. I could tell you, fam, I haven't been this happy in all the days of my life since I got into this truth. Right now, after getting all this knowledge and understanding, I have never been happier. My life has never been easier. Why? Why is that? It's because I cast all my stuff on Yah. Before I believed in Yah, I would take on all that stress for me because I figured to myself, I have to deal with it. I have to do it on my own. But with Yah, you don't have to do it at all. Cast all your burdens on him. Let his will be done. All you do is be obedient, servant. Believe in his son and be obedient. That is all he asks. His yoke is not hard. It's easy. Look at the 10 Commandments. It's easy. Easy peasy. If you are following in the spirit. If you are a carnal creature, yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's hard. If you carnal, yeah, it's hard. Do not murder. Especially if you're a gangbanger. Do not murder. That's hard. You like to murder. Do not cover your neighbor's wife. Do not. No adultery. You used to having sex with married men and women. If you're carnal. You don't care who it is. If she married, she got a boyfriend, now you don't care. If she make herself available, you hitting it. Love thy neighbor as yourself, but you hate your people. Especially in the black community, we hate each other. It is insane. It is insane. The level of hate that we have for each other. The attitude that we have for our brother versus the attitude we have for the other nations, two totally different coins. Two totally different sides of the coin. Your brother come around, you look at him evil. Oh, look at him. He think he all that because he got some new Jordan. Oh, he think he all that because he got new car. Oh, he got a Benz. He think he hot shit. Fuck that nigga, man. I'm gonna kill that nigga, man. Fuck that shit. Oh, Mr. Charlie come around in a Mercedes. Oh, man, look at Mr. Charlie. I mean, that's a cool car. That is a cool car, sir. Can I wash it for you? Can I wash it for you, sir? Those are the two attitudes. That's our people, man. To this day, it's finna officially be 2022 in a couple of weeks. We still arguing over dumb shit. Non-salvational issues. we are still arguing over it. Black men versus black women all over social media, going back and forth with the stupidest arguments. Boy, I tell you, man, I thank y'all. I do, for social media. Because it showed I have never had this much entertainment since before computers. You see, before computers, you actually had to talk to people. And most people were kind of smart not to say stupid shit around other people. At that time, they were smart. They wrote things in journals and diaries and things of that nature. They kept those stupid ideas to themselves. When I was growing up, people wasn't as stupid, forthcoming at least. Of course, you had some people do dumbass things, yes, but that was more of a minority. Enter social media. Everybody has a say. Just stupid shit all day. People use it as a damn journal. Nobody keeps a regular journal no more and just keeps all their stupid ideas to themselves. Nope, they broadcast it to everybody in the world. How stupid can you be? Just say any old damn thing out there. Just any old thing for social media clout. Clout from a bunch of strangers who could give two shits about you. Will probably not even piss on you if you was on fire. But yeah, you guys want their validation so much that you would say the dumbest things to get attention. Men and women, both in this boat. I have seen the most stupidest shit over the years as internet has gotten more mature. I have seen it all. The amount of metaphorical popcorn I have eaten is infinite. So much entertainment. I don't even have to go to the movies no more. I can just scroll through Twitter. Whole movie right there. Just scroll through Twitter. Facebook, Reddit, all these dumbass Instagram, all this dumb shit. Non-stop entertainment. Whew. I love me some popcorn, boy, I tell you. Not in real life. I don't really eat popcorn like that in real life, but dang. Metaphorically speaking. The amount of entertainment that goes on in society today is absolutely, it's awesome. And I think I got y'all to thank for that. Because now he can show us how stupid people are. Before, it was more concealed. Now it's out in the open. Thank you, y'all, for making it easy to know which people to hang around and which people not to hang around. And even then, the people you're hanging around, you get to see insights into what they think with their social media. Much easier discernment, I would say. Now, of course, people who don't have social media and things like that, you have to use the spirit to discern. But now, you can just go through other people's post history and you could be like, huh, this person is obviously not the person who I've met. Block, delete, move on with life. It makes everything a whole lot simpler. Yah's will is being done. He is showing us who the real ones are and who the fakers. He is opening up that door for his saints to see. He's opening all these doors for me. All these people I followed on Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, all this stuff. I have been on a blocking spree because I have seen their true fruits with these stupid doctrines, especially the angels having sexing. I have no idea what is going on with that doctrine, but I am seeing everybody talking about it. Is this a coincidence? I don't know. There is no coincidence on this earth, but Yah is making it known of all the people, especially Israelites, man, who talking about they know this book. They know this book. They know this book, and they believe in these doctrines. All these people I used to follow, gone from my following list. Deleted from my social media because they cannot let this shit go. Yah is making it known to his true elect, of all these people who are falling away. Yah is making it known to us this is literally the great falling away, man. A start to it. So many people I have seen falling away since I've been in this truth. I've been in this truth for almost 2 years. I followed so many people. And over this 2 years, I have seen a decline of people speaking sound doctrine. Every other week, it's some new doctrine out of the woodwork. Makes it easier for me to block. And I just shake my head. I'm like, damn, Yah, what is in the water? What is in the Israelite water today? And he's showing me that many are called, but few are chosen. And that's another pill we got to swallow, fam. All these people in the truth. Some of them are not meant to stay the course. That's scary, man. Yah called these people, but he knew that they would never, ever finish the race. That is scary. These people preaching the gospel, doing the works. But then out of nowhere, whew, gone like the wind. They never see him no more. Wow. Back in the world. That's Yah's sovereignty. His will. Scary. That is why we must praise him at every turn. Because he can, with one flick of the wrist, he can close your eyes and your ears forever and put you back in the world. Isn't that scary? That is the power of Yah. He can close your eyes at any point, even if you were in the truth and he called you to it. He can close your eyes and put you back where you came from, back in the garbage dump that he took you out of. Whoo! That's why you must fear him. That is where the fear comes from. That's the fear. There is not a lot of that, especially in the truth. People think just because you're an Israelite, you're going to be saved. False. That is almost as worse as the Christianity once saved, always saved doctrine. Just because you're an Israelite don't mean nothing, buddy. There's been many Israelites, and they gone. Look at all the wicked kings of Israel. They gone. On the way to the lake. They Israelites, they knew who they were. They knew who they were. They seen Yah in action, and they still didn't believe. What does that tell you about you in this day and time? What does that say about you? You're an Israelite. You know who you are. You haven't seen Yah work the magic like he did back in Egypt or in the times of Chronicles. You haven't seen those signs. We're kind of seeing them now, here and there. We're seeing them now. But the people on Mount Sinai, who was with Moses, they saw Yah, they heard him speak. They heard him speak. And they still said, I'm going to serve Baal. What? They knew who they were. Yah just told them. He gave them commandments and everything. And they said, I'm still going to serve Baal. What does that tell you about Yah's sovereignty? Vessel of honor, vessel of dishonor. That's why if you are a vessel of honor, and we won't know until we in the kingdom, we won't know. We won't know. until we in the kingdom. Until we get that, until we cross that finish line. Which is why you got to seek him every day. You gotta be humble. You gotta humble yourself, because vanity ain't no joke. Hashatan uses it all the time. That is the biggest weakness. Besides lust, vanity is a huge tool for the devil to use on, especially our people. We like looking good and everything, but it goes to our heads. Don't think our shit don't stink and everything. You see him on Instagram, just taking shots. No modest apparel, nothing. Niggas just flogging Benzes and Beamers and all kinds of shit. Vanity is a no joke, and the Most High hates it. August Dreams put in 2 Timothy 4:3. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine. Yes, sir. But after their own lusts shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. Yes. Verse 4, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth and shall be turned unto fables. Yes. And guess what? Yah knew who the exact people who were going to turn away from the truth will be. The thing is, they, the people themselves, did not know. Why? Because of the vanity. They thought because they knew they were Israelites, that they knew Jesus. That's all it was. That's all that was needed for salvation. As Brother K. Judah would say, woefully misinformed. Yes, sir. Insane. All these people just going on a one-way ticket to hell. Whew. And Yah knows. You, like I said, man, it's crazy to think about, especially with our limited understanding. It is crazy to think about how Yah knows in this entire script. The only people that don't know the script is us. Hashatan already knows where he going. He already knows. The angels already know where they going. We don't know. We have been totally taken out of counsel. We don't see the script. We know the only thing that we have is the Bible. That is the plot of this whole movie. The Bible shows you what's going to happen. What happened back then, what's happening, what's going to happen in the future. That Bible is the plot. But the thing is, we don't see the scriptures. As in our word. We don't see our position in that. We don't know. I remember in Loki, it was on Disney. On Disney app, Loki, on the last episode. Spoilers. I'm saying spoilers. They found out at the end of time was a black man who ran everything. This is when I first started getting into the predestination. This happened like months ago. At the end of time was a black man who ruled all time. That's where Loki went. He ruled all time. He knew all the timelines of the multiverse, and he knew everything. He planned everything. He also did a flex. As they was talking, he pulled out a script that showed line for line of what they were going to say. That's a flex. And I believe Yah has that. We have a script somewhere. Maybe somewhere in heaven, we have a script of everything that we're ever going to say. even in the future. We don't know it, obviously, because we can't see it. But he pulled out that script on them, and they couldn't believe it. They couldn't believe that their entire journey through that season was preordained. It was already determined by a man. Well, in the grand scheme of things, we know they were talking about Yah. Because it was a black man at the end of time. That was the crazy part about it. It was a black man. We all know that references Yah. But there's still many people out there that can't get this predestination. They can't get it, even though it's in the Bible. They cannot come to grips with it. Why? Because vanity, arrogance. They think they get to make their own decisions. No. Every decision that you've ever made in your life was already predetermined by Yah. Every word you said, every action you did, everything that you did in your life was already predetermined before you were a twinkling in your father's eye. Didn't Yah tell Jeremiah, I knew you from the womb? I chose you in the womb. Before you was born, I chose you. Jeremiah's like, man, I don't want to do this, man. Yah's like, I chose you, nigga, before you was even born. Yah knows everything that's going to happen on this planet. Now, he doesn't know when he's coming back. The only Father knows that. But he knows who will believe and who won't believe. Because the grace is given by the Father through the Son. The Father has to draw you to Christ. So they know, the Father knows who's ever going to be drawn, who all going to believe. That believers, whoever's going to believe, that number is fixed. You can't change it. No matter how many people say, oh, we could come to Christ and all. No, you can't. The amount of believers in the world at any given time has been fixed since the beginning of the world began. And that number cannot be changed. So if you are not part of that number, you are going to the brimstone. Man, it's hard. You can see how hard why people kick against it. You can see why people kick against it. Because it makes Yah seem cruel. But it's not cruel. This is his show. He could do whatever he wants. We can't say nothing about it. All we can do is, if we are part of the elect, is praise him for choosing us. We all know how we were before the word came to us. Before the Ruach HaKodesh stirred up in our members. We know how we was. We wasn't seeking him. None of us were. None of us were righteous. Paul said that. No one is righteous. Not one. We all sinned. We all on the death train. Going to hell. We're all doing that. Before Yahusha came down, the whole tribe, the whole world, in fact, was on that death train, going to the brimstone. They needed somebody to redeem them from that. Because we all sinned. We all had a death sentence. It is through Yahusha that we don't. And the reason we believe in Yahusha now is because the Father stirred the Ruach HaKodesh inside us. That is the part that people cannot understand. That there are going to be people in your family. It could be whether it's your mom, dad, brother, sister, mother, uncle, son, daughter, whatever. Some of them could end up just going straight to the brimstone without even knowing Christ. Because it wasn't in the script for them to believe. Whoo, 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 whoo. Like I said, I'm bringing back the power of Yah. It's not pretty. For a carnal mind, it's not pretty. But if you're spiritual and you got the spirit inside you, you can see it. It is what it is. That is the doctrine of this. It is what it is. Yah chose you to go to the brimstone. It is what it is. You can't do nothing outside of it. If Yah has already chosen you to go to the brimstone, there is nothing you as a human can do. This is powerful stuff that only people with the spirit can understand. This is why I don't talk about this stuff with carnal people. They will never understand this because they would think they can do whatever they want. The Bible says you can't. You cannot be considered righteous, or else you would boast by doing works. You can't come into it of your own accord, or else you would boast. Yah says I'm righteous. That's because I'm doing this. I'm going out there and I'm giving out to all the charities out there. You know, I tithe and I do all these things here. You know, I help the community. Yeah, that's me. Yah has chosen me to be righteous. Yeah, that is what humans would do. You would boast. So this salvation is not of us. And that's kind of what I wanted this whole message to be about. Salvation is of Yah only. It only comes from him. And this is my understanding of it, of this whole thing. And it took me months to get this down. I didn't want to come through with this until I knew that Yah wanted me to do it. That I had the understanding of this. Because this is a hard subject to read and to go through. To think that you may be chosen and your mama and your daddy going down to the brimstone because they were never ever chosen since the beginning of the earth. Whoo! Whoo! It's hard. This is why Yah did not give me this knowledge when I first got in, because I wouldn't have believed it. Man. Ephesians 1:4, according to as he hath chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love. Yes, he chose us before the world began. If we be the elect in this family, Yah, in this family here, in this chat, and we be of that, just know we special. We are special because Yah didn't have to choose us. We sinned against him. We broke his law. The wages of sin is what? Death. We broke his law, and he saw us as so special that he saved us, a remnant, 1/3. The other 66.6667% of our people are doomed, and we can't do nothing about it. The only thing we can do is follow Yah and be obedient. 66.7% of our people, those are millions of people, man. Millions going away forever because they were not chosen. It's a hard pill to swallow. This is why they kick against this in the truth. Even in the truth, I was arguing with people about this because they could not get it. That Yah chose a certain number of people in the earth to be in his kingdom. Yikes. That it is not of your works. It is not because you did good and you donated to charities or you go to church all the time and whatever. It has nothing to do with what you do as a human being on this earth. It is his pleasure or his will if he wants to choose you. As I said earlier, look at Abraham, man. He had more than one son, But the Most High only saw Isaac as his son. Ain't that something? He just blotted out all the rest of his sons. Literally. Blotted them out. Says, nah, I don't even see them. I only see Isaac. Ain't that crazy? When you think about it, Abraham had all them other sons from Keturah and Hagar. All these, and he chose Sarah seed as the chosen seed. All the millions of people that are on the earth, or the other families at the time, he chose Abraham. Millions of people on the earth. Millions, probably, of people on the earth. He chose one man to start it all through Abraham. Now you see how special you are if you are in this truth. If Yah has awakened you to this, do you see how special you are? Yah made the sons of Jacob sell their own brother into captivity. Yah did this for his own pleasure. Why? Look at that. Look at the conclusion of that story. Joseph became number 2 in Egypt to save his people into Egypt and put them in Goshen. His will is done throughout the earth. Everything is done for whatever specific reason that he's done it. I mean, look at Africa. All that famine. And look at America. Fat. Why has he done this? We can't question it. Why has he made Africa, with all these people, with all this famine throughout Africa and throughout other countries, they got all the food that they can ever want. They throw out whole amounts of food every day in restaurants. Just throw them in the garbage. Just throw them in the garbage. They don't even give them to the homeless. They just throw all that excess food in the garbage. But in Africa, they can't find anything. Begging for food. Just a little bit of rice, something. That's Yah's will being done. We cannot question it. He makes one person rich. He makes one poor. He makes one person, a baby, die during childbirth, and another lives out his whole life. One baby grows up and has cancer. Another baby grows up. Nothing happens to him. That's Yah's sovereignty. Whatever his will is, he does it. He doesn't do anything willy-nilly. He does everything for a reason. Whatever that reason is, we are not privy to. We can't talk to him. We can't ask him, why have you made me thus? Why have you made me thus? We can't ask him that. We have to trust in him. Whatever he does, we got to trust in God and be like, I see it, Father. May your will be done. I say that every day. May your will be done. Because I know whatever thing that happens to me. Let me tell you something. I woke up today. I got out of bed and everything. Guess what? My door, I didn't lock my door when I came home. I did not lock my door when I came home. I was sleeping with my door unlocked. Unlocked. Nothing happened. Nothing. Somebody could have came in my house and stole all my shit. If they would have just twisted the knob and came in, they would have found out my door was open. They could have came in and stole all my shit. Hell, they could have killed me. I could have been dead. You wouldn't even be hearing from me today if that was Yah's will, but it wasn't. That was not in Yah's plan. And I believe he had that happen to me as a sign for this testimony, because he wanted me to talk about this whole thing today. Do you see how everything lines up? No coincidences. No coincidences. I always lock my door when I come home. I lock my door. I am very, very anal when it comes for me locking my shit. When I leave the house, I twist that knob and push it in a couple times just to make sure. When I come home, I make sure the door is locked. I make sure before I go to bed, the door is locked. I did not do that today. Mainly because I was doing laundry today, but I didn't do it. I did not do that today. Because it was Yah's will for him to show me his will, his power. The angels were watching over that door. I can probably tell you. That's why nobody entered it. Somebody could have, if they was looking for something. If they was trying to be a burglar, somebody could have. But that wasn't Yah's will. And he had me see that today. He had me see that. Because this is what he wanted to talk. He wanted me to talk to the fam about today. Testimony of Yah's will. It wasn't in the will for me to be murdered and burglarized today. He could have had it happen. He could have sent somebody over. He could have had Hashatan send somebody over to fuck with me. But that wasn't in the will. And it was absent of anything that I've ever done. No works of mine earned me not to be robbed. It was just Yah's plan for me not to be robbed and murdered. August Dreams puts in Psalm 37:39. But the salvation of the righteous is of the Lord. He is their strength in the time of trouble. Facts. And that's why we got to lean on him, especially right now. We send all this trouble in the earth. It is not our time to stand with Ukraine. It is our time to stand with Yah and let him do his will on the earth. Fuck Ukraine. It is Yah's will to have Russia go into Ukraine right now to start all this. May his will be done. Romans 6:23. For the wages of the sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life through Yahushua Mashiach, our Adonai. Yes, our Lord. Yes, sir. And guess what? That gift is not given out willy-nilly to everybody on this planet. It is only given out to a certain remnant. Swallow that, Christians. God love every. No, he don't. Because if that was the case, then why the hell did he need to die? If he loved everybody, why does he have a people? He could have just chose the whole earth as his inheritance, but he chose Jacob as his inheritance. That flies in the face of Christianity. Romans 9:27. Esaias also cried concerning Israel. Though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved. And that remnant was already pre-chosen. Think of it like this. If you've ever seen the movie, is it on Armageddon? Let me see. Damn it, it's just like Armageddon. There's the movie with Morgan Freeman. It had the same asteroid. What is the name of that fucking movie? If anybody knows the name of that movie. What is the name of that damn movie with the asteroid where Morgan Freeman was the president? Morgan Freeman asteroid movie. Deep Impact. There we go. If you would know with Deep Impact, what happened? Deep Impact, when they chose that system at the end of all the people who's going to be in those bunkers or anything like that, those people were pre-selected, as they said in the movie, which means all the other people they didn't select We're going to die. That is Yah showing what his will is like. Happened in the movie 2012 as well, when they had the ark, when they was getting on the arks. They sent out things to people who were pre-selected so they can, and it was mainly like scientists, you know, high ranking people and things like that, in fields that they felt were needed to have to repopulate life on the planet, basically. But they were pre-selected, which means if you were not selected, you were selected to die. Same thing with Noah. 8 people. 8 people of the world. Of the whole world. Of the whole world. Millions of people sentenced to death. Except for 8. Except for 8. And no, Cain's seed did not get on the boat. Dumbass people who are putting out that doctrine. Sorry, Nephilim seed was not on the boat. If that was the case, y'all would have said so. You don't think y'all would know that somebody else sneaking on the ark? Come on. What is wrong with these people? August says, why couldn't you care about the blonde-haired, blue-eyed Europeans that are being killed by Putin's army? Why? Just tell me how you could do that with this on your. All right, fuck them. It is Yah's will that those blonde-haired, blue-eyed bastards are getting their ass shot up today. It is Yah's will. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Jeremiah 30:22, as she puts in, and ye shall be my people, and I will be your God. Who is his people? Not the whole earth. A certain tribe of people called Israelites. My people. No other nation. You can cleave and you can serve us, but you will not be a part of the promises. Your salvation, other nations, is from the lake of fire. That is your salvation. But you will not inherit the kingdom and the promises that was promised to Israel. He will save a remnant of the other nations. Yes. Who else is going to help build who else is going to build our cities and do our work? They are. Yah is saving a remnant of them, obviously. Not going to perish all of them because we're not going to be working no more. We're going to be at rest. He got to save them so they can serve us. Yah thinks about everything. He thinks about everything. All praises. Psalm 91:4. He shall cover thee with his feathers. Yes, sir. And under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Yes. Psalms 91. That's what happened today. Me, I was sound asleep, fam. I was gone. I wouldn't have even known if anybody came in my house and took all my shit. I wouldn't have even known. But y'all had them angels around here, guarding that door, making sure nobody come in, because it wasn't in his will for me to die that day, today, this day. Oh, ain't he great? Ain't he great that you, as an Israelite, as somebody in the truth and you're following in his way, that you can sleep with your door unlocked and nothing can happen to you? Is that hedge of protection I was talking about in the beginning? Is that hedge of protection that was on Job? That same type of hedge of protection that was on me today as I was in sleep land? Was that the same hedge of protection? I would think so. All praises. Yes, sir. So everything that you see happening on this planet today, right now, this whole arc, this climax, I would say, because it's almost entering the climax of this movie. You know it's going to have a happy ending for some. The rest is going to be a bad ending for you. For some, it's going to be to salvation, everlasting peace in the kingdom. For the rest, damnation, shame, anguish, forever and ever in a lake of fire with the devil that you followed. We're coming up to the climax of this movie. It's leading up. It's leading there. I find it funny that it was in Yah's will for Pfizer to release. They released their side effect data. I put it in the chat, I believe. If y'all didn't see it, I put it in the not in the chat, but in the text messaging chat room. How they put how it was in Yah's will to put out that for Pfizer to put out that side effect list. And boy, it was long. I couldn't even pronounce half the shit in there. I didn't even know that some of that stuff even existed. I find it hilarious that it was in Yah's will for them to do that. Why? After the vaccine campaign is over. Because you see, they're not really talking about it no more. They kind of just, brushed COVID under the rug. They kind of just brush it under the rug now. And I find it hilarious that Yah had them put this out today to show all those unrepentant people who took the jab, to show you all the shit that you just signed yourself up for. Not just double jab. Some of them are triple jab and boosted. So you got 4 doses. I find it, see, Yah has a sense of humor. He has a sense of humor. And he put that whole list out there and he says, hey, all those people who took that, look what you got in store for you. Have fun. Yah's will. Ooh, you got to feel stupid right now if you took that jab. You got to feel dumb. You have to feel dumb that they're not even talking about it no more. All the places are dropping their mandates like it's nothing, like it's never even existed. No mask. Some people still wearing a mask now. Some people are still wearing a mask that I see at work. Some people are still wearing a mask. I'm like, whoa. The whole psyop is already done. They cashed in their chips and they gone. This whole thing is done. And the Most High put it out, says, hey, look what you got to look forward to, heathen, who took the jab, who had no faith. Look what you got to look forward to. And you know he going to do it. You know he going to put them side effects on. You know he going to do it. There's going to be people dropping dead. Dropping dead this year. And on to into the near future. People going to be dropping dead. All praises. Ezekiel 37:26. Moreover, I will make a covenant of peace with them. Who's them? Who's them? Is it all nations? Oh, it's just Israel. Oh, it's Israel. Oh. It shall be an everlasting covenant with them. How long is everlasting? Everlasting is another thing, or another word for saying forever, right? How long is forever? Forever is pretty long. There is no end to it, right? However long forever is, that's how long we going to be in power. We will never have to listen to an order from a heathen again. We will never have to listen to these damn pale demons ever giving out an order. Ever again. All praises to that. I can't wait. If I am willing to hear it or be around to see, I want to be around Yah. If it is in your will, please let me see this whole thing through, Father. I want to see you coming, Father. If it is in your will, I want to see you come. If it happens in my lifetime, I want to be able to see it. I ask that in your name, Yahushua Mashiach. You control when I die. So I don't know. I'm just asking. A simple request. A simple request. And I will place them and multiply them. Yes, sir. We're going to grow as the sand of the sea again. Ezekiel 37:26. And I will set my sanctuary in the midst of them forevermore. How absolute is forevermore? Set my sanctuary in the midst. That means he gonna dwell with us. How special are you, Israel, that the creator of the whole earth is going to be in your kingdom? He wants to dwell with you, him and his father. That was the will of the whole thing. That is the conclusion of the movie, for them to come down and be with their people. We ain't no niggas. We ain't no coons. We ain't none of this shit that you stupid people continue to call us. We are Israelites. And we are the Most High's chosen people who he is going to dwell with forevermore. He is going to be in our midst. We're going to see them. We're going to be able to talk to them. We're going to see them with our own eyes if we be so lucky to be in the kingdom. We're going to see them. He's going to be with us, not no other nation. They ruling for now until their cup runneth over, until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. The other nations, you're on top until your cup runneth over, and the wrath and the indignation of the Most High will be upon thee. You will be smited here and there. The Most High is going to turn out the lights, literally. No more sun, no moon, stars are going to fall from heaven. It's going to be dark. He is going to murder you in the dark. How scary is that? How scary is that? His light will be the only light that you'll be able to see. He's going to smite this whole earth in the dark. That's scary. I haven't seen nobody wearing a mask in the car so far. Nah, Maria. I haven't seen nobody in the mask in the car, but I've seen them coming in the store with masks on. I'm like, hey, cuckoo. Hey, it's over. The psyop is over. You can take the mask off now. It was Yah's will to separate, to make a separation from the faithful and the faithless. That's what the whole pandemic was about. It was a separation. It was Yah's will to create a literal separation from the faithful and the faithless. That's all it was. He ordered Hashatan to do that. That's all it was. That's why it went away. As fast as it came, as fast as it goes away. Now we're on to the big guns. Now that he has separated them, now we can move on to the big guns. The culmination of this whole thing. Now we can get on to the good stuff. Now that that separation is clear, now that Yah knows, well, even though he already knew, but now we kind of have an idea of who probably ain't going to be have salvation. If you took that jab, I don't see it for you. That's just me. That's just me. Only the Most High can tell me if I'm wrong or not. He knows the whole story. But I say, hey, if you took that jab, you gone. Bye-bye. That's me. That's just me. My opinion, not fact, not truth, not anything. That is my opinion. I could be wrong. But who knows? We will find out in due time. But all of this is happening because of Yah, man. This whole thing. This whole thing is because of us. Us. For what they have done to his people. Who forwarded the affliction. For that you must pay, people. Other nations. All this stuff that is happening in the world right now. All these natural disasters. War now. Disease. All this stuff. Pestilence. Is because of your wrongdoing, nations. This whole thing is about us. This whole earth is about us. Yah separated the inhabitants of the earth, the descendants of Adam, on the boundaries of the 12 tribes of Israel. Everything has got 12. You had the 12 stones Moses carried around with the tabernacle. You got 12 months in a year, 12 hours in a day. 12, 12, 12. It's all because of you, Israel. That book is about you, Israel. Salvation, all this stuff, it's a culmination. It's a love letter written by Yah to us, his people. The culmination is him bringing the house of Israel and the house of Judah together again. Two sticks become one. And who's that piece, that one that took down the partition? Yahushua Mashiach, the Messiah, the Black Messiah. Yes, sir. His will is being done. And there is nothing no heathen can say. All the misdirections and all the stuff that the media is talking about, trying to de-escalate this thing, talking about, oh, we're going to be in for more talks. We're going to do some more talks so we can have peace. No! There is no peace for the wicked. You guys are going to see this thing out. There is no talks of peace. There is no de-escalation of this war. Media need to shut up about it. No amount of sanctions is going to do anything. No amount of talking, no amount of going on the news and saying Russia needs to stop, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. Putin is only listening to the Most High. He's only doing what the Most High is telling him, putting it on his heart to do. Nothing else. You cannot stop the Most High's hand. Who can stay my hand, says Yah. Who can stay his hand? No one can stay his hand. If he has put something forth, nothing can deliver out of his hand. How hard is that to understand? All these people, supposed Christians out there, praying against war, praying for people of Ukraine, instead of saying, may Yah's will be done. These people supposed to believe in God. You read the Bible, you know what's supposed to be happening, and you're trying to pray against it. Woe to you. Woe to you. I pray for more. Every day before I go to sleep, I pray for more judgment on these nations. No rest for them. I tell y'all every day to increase the pressure, confound these heathen. That is in my prayer every day. Confound these heathen. May your will be done, Father. May you get your glory in your praise. Because you deserve it. Whittle these nations down. Bit by bit by bit. Yah is literally pulling the rug from under their feet, and they can't even see it. They can probably feel it in their spirit somewhere, but they don't know what it is. They can't quite put a finger on it, but it's happening We can see it though. People who actually believe in the book, we know what Yah doing. We can see. But Yah has blinded them who can't, has made them deaf to the truth, so that his will may be done. That way he may show his power. He is hardening Putin's heart. Just like he hardened Pharaoh's heart to not let his people go, he is hardening Putin's heart. His heart is hardened. No amount of soft talking or negotiations can prevent him from pulling back his troops. There is nothing. Whitney Houston said it. Nothing is going to convince him to stop what he is doing right now. To all you people who are out there praying and standing for Ukraine, may you perish just as Ukraine is going to perish. May you have fun in the brimstone due to your lack of faith, because Yah may have not chosen you to believe. Scary to say. Especially the Christians. They do not want to believe this doctrine. It's not even a doctrine. It's the Bible. It's the Bible. So Israel, stand up. Lift your faces to the sky and rejoice, because your redemption is coming. It's in the works. Do not stop seeking Yah. Do not let Hashatan win. Do not let him poison your faith with his lies and deceit. Do not be tempted by your family or your friends or even people you work with to bring you to their calamity. Let them perish. You stay on your path. You keep on that narrow path. Do not deviate to the left. Do not deviate to the right. You stay on that path towards Hamashiach. Finish the race. We are there. The finish line is in sight. It's in sight. Keep running. Do not give up. Do not stop believing. Do not be like all these other Israelites who are falling away. Do not be that way. Pray to Yah every day that he keeps you in his will. Because it is up to him if you make it or not. Pray. Seek his counsel every day that you stay chosen. That he does not take his light from you. He doesn't take his spirit from you. Didn't David say that? Yah, please do not take your spirit away from me after he did that bad thing. Do not take your spirit away from me. Pray. Do not let Yah take your spirit away from you. Stay on the path, family. We almost there. We almost there. We almost there. I know it's long. It's been a long and treacherous road. We got to deal with these heathen every day. I know. We got to see them. We got to smell their fucking stank breath. We got to smell their bad odor because they don't shower. We got to be in their vicinity. But just know in your mind that Yah is going to turn the tables. That's how I deal with it. Every time I see one of them and they're acting arrogant or they're saying something stupid, I think in my head, you're going to be serving me in the kingdom, bitch. If Yah allows you to be in the kingdom, if Yah saves you as a remnant heathen, you will be serving me in the kingdom. Talk now, pay later. Here's what my thing is. You can talk now, but you're going to pay for it later. That's how I make it through the day, family. It sucks. It sucks every day. But the Most High keeps them. He does his best. He keeps them away from me. I don't have to deal with them. I don't have to do nothing. When I go to work, I do what I got to do. I get home. They don't bother me. They don't do nothing. Yah keeps me in my own little thing of Goshen. I do what I got to do and I go home. And I praise him for that every day because he can have them bothering me like he did when I first started working there. But that was because I wasn't in the truth at that time. He didn't wake me up just yet. But after I've been woken up, they haven't bothered me. And I wish that for y'all. Just pray against it every day. Keep the heathen away from me. Yah, I pray that every day before I leave. I'm like, Yah, before I go to work, I'm like, Yah, keep the heathen off me tonight. Make it be another good night if that is in your will, Father. Make them leave me alone. Malachi 3:17, and they shall be mine, saith the Lord of hosts. Yahuwah Sabaoth. In that day, when I make up my jewels, who's his jewels? Who's his jewels? And I will spare them, who's them? As a man spareth his own son that serveth him. That's us. Thank you, August Dreams, for putting these scriptures in the chat. They have been awesome. All praises. But with that being said, fam, I love y'all. I thank y'all every day for you guys being in my life. It's his will for us to be together. Since the foundation of the earth began, we were always going to be a family. This little spiritual family was already a thing in Yah's mind before he even created the world. Think about that every day, fam. To the 12 tribes scattered worldwide, do not give up hope. Hope is here. Hope is coming. Wherever you may be, scattered to, whatever land you are in, continue to pray against these heathen. Continue to pray against them. May Yah's will be done. Thank you, family, for listening in to another episode of Behind the Veil. I have been your humble host, Bezale'el ben Yahudah. I pray that you guys have a good rest of your night. If you are sleeping, may Yah wake you in the morning, if that is in his will to do. May you guys have a blessed week. And if Yah willing, we'll do this again next week. Thank you to the Father and the Son, Yahushua Mashiach. Thank you for using me as a microphone tonight, because this word was powerful. Supreme edification at its finest. Thank you for putting this knowledge into my head so I can get it out to the family worldwide. Thank you for everything you've done for me. Without you, I am nothing. Continue to keep your light upon me, Father, and upon my brethren scattered to the four corners. Upon my spiritual family here, continue to keep them in your will, Father. May your light shine on them forevermore. I ask all of this in your holy and exalted name, Yahushua Mashiach, Barak Atah. With that being said, family, I'm going to leave you with a great song. Because in the kingdom, Yah willing, we're going to be dancing like David.
Hey, the brother told me the other day, he said, hey, if y'all play this at a high holy day, you guaranteed to make the people dance like Dave. Okay. I said, oh yeah. Hey, the right side make you lean and rock. I make your knees bend, I make you move non-stop. I got the beat hard like a crooked old copper. When the beat drop out, you gon' say the thing hot. Look, I'm dancing with no shame, dancing with no shame. See, I'm moving something like Dave did, got a broke free from them chains. See, I'm a new man, I made real change, but they calling me insane. I got me the true man, I got a new name, and I'm far away from them flames. And now I'm dancing like I'm spinning on the lowly and Poland. Got these other nations watching like he really got the Holy Ghost. Your shy came and scooped me, now you really see the newbie. I'm just dancing like I'm David, that's just how we do it, Judah. Hey, dance like Dave.
Like the Cheyenne's here.
We gon' make it dance like Dave.
Dancing everywhere.
Dance like Dave.
Like the Cheyenne's here.
We gon' make it dance like Dave. Dance, dance, dance like Dave.
Cheyenne's here.
We gon' make it dance like Dave. Dance, dance like Dave. We gon' make it dance like Dave. Dance.
Where my sisters at, we keep it out modest though. Head stars, that's how we go. Virtuous women in the making, no mistaken. We are now to this private tutorial. Where are the sisters that hold their husbands down? Where are the sisters being obedient to receive this crown? We back to the business, back to our natural use, back to our beginning. Restoring what evil, lesson well worth it. We moving up and like we worth it. We deserve it, we forever prove it. Not complicated like a Rubik's Cube. Do it's not like the hottest do. Teach Jezebel's a thing or two. Now we can dance like Sarah. Wave your hands like S. Step and fade like Hannah. We can step and fade like Hannah.
Hey, dance like Dave.
Like the Cheyenne's here.
We gon' make it dance like Dave.
Dancing everywhere.
Dance like Dave.
Like the Cheyenne's here.
We gon' make it dance like Dave. Dance, dance, dance like Dave.
Cheyenne's here.
We gon' make it dance like Dave. Dance, dance like Dave. We gon' make it dance like Dave.
Numbers 15 and 38. That's me though, getting my swag on. I'm bouncing, screaming the credo. Boy, this ain't no twerk song, more like a anthem. Sisters are looking beautiful, brothers are looking handsome. Can't get a dance off. He was Hebrew, all of the other nations respected and keep their hands off. We dancing, we used to do that. We been leaning and rocking for years. I thought you knew that. We don't need a shot of Patron to get us moving. All we need is the word in the Christ and we be grooving. I'ma need ankle support, cause I'ma be dancing like David for so long it might just bring it to sore.
Hey, dance like Dave.
Like the Cheyenne's here.
We gon' make it dance like Dave.
Dancing everywhere.
Dance like Dave.
Like the Cheyenne's here.
We gon' make it dance like Dave. Dance, dance, dance like Dave.
Cheyenne's here.
We gon' make it dance like Dave. Dance, dance like Dave.
Cheyenne's here.
We gon' make it dance like Dave. Dance. Okay, now on this part of the song, I want y'all to turn up, turn up. You about to praise the Most High, because he's the one that brought you out of these chains. He's the one that gave you this truth. Dance, 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 dance like that. Dance, 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 dance. We gon' make you dance like that. Dance. Karatza, Akai, you Pod Q, Rashawn Judah. Yeah, dance like David. We just made you dance like David. Hey.